Good morning, all of you. Now we are revising the chapter Geography, Resource and Development. Now, what are resources? When we are talking about resources, that means everything which is available in our environment can be used to satisfy our needs. That is called resources. When we are talking about resources, you just see the figure 1.1, which indicates that is a combination of technology. It should be technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable. Combination technology, institution, and physical environment. And all these things combined by human beings. Only then it will be called resources. And the process of transformation, when we are talking about transformation of the resources, that the things available in our environment involves an interdependent relationship between nature, technology, and institution. And human beings which interact with nature. And how? That is through technology. And for that, they create institutions. And due to this, economic development of the country accelerates. Now, classification of the resources. If we are talking about classification of resources, first we will just discuss what are the bases of classification of resources. So on the basis of origin, there are two types of resources, biotic and abiotic resources. On the basis of exhaustibility, that is renewable and non-renewable resources. On the basis of ownership, that is having four parts, individual, community, national and international resources. Next, on the basis of status of development, that is potential, developed, reserve, and stock. Now we'll just have a look what are these resources. Now, on the basis of origin, biotic, that means are obtained from biosphere, that is all the living things. They are having life, that is human beings, fisheries, forests, etc. Now we are talking about abiotic resources, all non-living things, that is rocks and minerals. Exhaustibility, that is renewable. Renewable means which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical, and mechanical process. That is water, wildlife, forest, solar energy, wind energy. Next is non-renewable resources. The resources which once get exhausted cannot be remade. It takes a long geological period of time, that is millions of years in their formation. And the best example is fossil fuels cannot be recycled and get exhausted with their use. Now we will discuss about on the basis of ownership. That means who is the owner of resources. Number one, individual resources owned by individuals. That is own land, house, individual resources. Second is community owned resources. Resources which are accessible. That means within the reach of all the members of the community. That is roads, public parks, playgrounds, picnic spots, etc. Now, national resources. When we are talking about national resources, all the resources belong to the nation, which belong to the nation like roads, railways, etc. But land within the political boundaries and oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles that is 19.2 kilometers from the coast, that is also territorial water, and all these resources belong to the nation. Next is international resources. Resources which no individual country can utilize these resources. And some international institutions like UNO, which regulate some resources, and if they make laws for the protection. And in this oceanic water resources beyond 200 kilometers of the EEZ, that means exclusive economic zone, belong to open ocean, and no country, individual country, can utilize these without the concurrence of international institutions. After that, status of development. First is potential, very common. Resources found in a region but not in use, not fully used. Best example, solar energy in Rajasthan, wind energy in Gujarat. They are having enormous potential for the development, but have not been developed properly. Next is developed resources. When we are talking about developed resources, that means quality and quantity have been utilized properly, because development of resources depends on technology. Next, stock. There is a difference between stock and reserves also. Stock, both looks same, but little bit difference is there. Stock, resources available but do not have appropriate technology to utilize. And due to lack of technology, technical know-how, we cannot use these resources automatically convert into stock. Like water is a combination of two gases, hydrogen and oxygen, which is a rich source of energy, but we are not having the technology right now. Maybe in future we'll get the technology and we can use that resources in future. So it can be considered as stock. Next is reserve. Reserve is a subset of stock which can be put into use for future. We are having the technology, but still will use that resources in future, like rivers, water, not only for irrigation, but generating electricity also. But still, we have utilized only a limited extent. So this is the classification of resources. Now we are talking about development of resources. Because we are talking about development of resources means development of economy also, development of country also. As these are the free gift of nature. Due to this, human beings exploited these resources, which led to the problems. Because depletion of resources for satisfying the greediness of few and accumulation, concentration of resources in few hands. That means society is divided into haves and have-nots. That means rich and poor. And once the exploitation of resources led to global ecological crisis, global warming, ozone layer depletion, environmental pollution, and land degradation. So now what is the need of the hour? Need of the hour is sustainable development. And when we are talking about sustainable development, that means development should take place in such a manner that without damaging the environment, and development not only about present, but we have to think about the needs of the future generation. So in 1992, Rio de Janeiro, last decade of the 20th century, that means in June 1992, more than 100 countries met. And first International Earth Summit was held. It was based on the problems of environmental protection and socio-economic development. And leaders who have assembled for this issue, they have signed a declaration of global climatic change and adopted Agenda 21. And the purpose of this agenda for achieving sustainable development in the 21st century. Now, if you are talking about Agenda 21, Agenda 21, that means some issues, agenda to combat different issues related with environmental damage, poverty, disease through global cooperation and common interest. So all the countries, different world leaders of the world, they have adopted this Agenda 21. Now, resource planning. Planning means judicious use of resources. And especially like India, where we are having diversity of resources. As we have discussed in class 9th also, physical features of India. India is having a great variety of resources. But if you will see that some regions are rich in certain types of resources, like last year, northern plains are rich in, they are called granaries of India, famous for granaries. That is northern Himalayas. They are the source of water along with the forest. But if certain areas, some regions which are rich in certain types of resources, deficient in some other resources, like states of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, MP, rich in minerals and coal deposits, Arunachal Pradesh, water, but lacks in infrastructure development. State of Rajasthan, solar energy and wind energy, and Ladakh, isolated but have a rich cultural heritage. So planning means balance resource so that overall development of the country should be there. So next topic is resource planning in India. It is having three processes. In the first process, identification and inventory of resources. First, we will identify the resources like surveying, mapping, qualitative and quantitative estimation. And when we will identify the resources, we have to utilize these resources with the technology, skill, and institution so that development of resources should be possible. And the most important third one is that matching the resource development with the overall national development plan. And that is the resource planning in India.